George W. Bush.
George W. Bush.
He was the first one.
Yeah. Hello.
Well, it's been a long time. They've had a successful series, so been going on for years, and I'm old and forgetful. Mark Vargas, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Hey, good morning, Dan and Amy. Thanks for having me on, and more importantly, thank you to AM 560 for your support of this conversation series. Really looking forward to inviting and welcoming, more importantly, Mark Cuban to Judson University next Thursday. Actually, he's really excited. He sent me an email 2 nights ago and said he's looking forward to the event, and there's actually a really great story out of this. A super fan had reached out to Mark on Instagram numerous times, and she put together a GoFundMe account to raise $100 to attend the event, $75 tickets, and Mark actually responded to her, gave her his email, and last night I got an email from Mark copying Taylor and said, Mark, can you please add Taylor to the VIP list? So someone here locally is going to have a really great time to meet Mark, her big fan.
So Cuban's got nothing but time on his hand, too, like these Uber and Lyft kids. He's got time to just email everybody, set up the ticketing and all that stuff.
He
I'm
appreciates
kidding.
his fans.
I'm kidding. So what can we expect that we don't get on Shark Tank from Mark Cuban on May 16th?
Yeah, great question. And you know, this new speaker series that I've got, you know, instead of working through a speakers bureau or through agents, I'm just reaching into my own Rolodex to call friends, personal friends of mine, and invite them to be a part of the speaker series. And so it's going to be a little bit more intimate, one-on-one conversation where I think the audience will be able to kind of see a different side of guests, and particularly Mark Cuban. And one thing that we're going to talk about, and everyone's always asking me, how did you and Mark meet, or how did you connect? And since it's just the three of us here talking, I'll share with you. I haven't discussed this before, but we're going to go into more depth on May 16th. But we actually connected through Twitter 2.5 years ago. I tweeted out to him. He responded, started following me, and then for the next 2 hours, we engaged in sort of a direct message discussion. And let's say 2.5 years later, I've gone to Mavericks games with him. We've met multiple times for breakfast and for lunch. You know, we talk we probably talk multiple times a month, and now he's my guest to launch my new speaker series. So thank you, Twitter.
Yeah, so I get it. Mark Cuban's lonely. I mean, we can just cut to the chase. I get it. So what did you tweet at him? I loved you in Sharknado 3. What did you tweet?
Yeah, that would have been a Dan Proft tweet.
Yes, right.
But I wrote an article. I'm a contributor to the Washington Examiner, and I wrote an article to Jared Kushner about how to modernize government technology. And so I had tweeted out to him and said, hey, Mark, FYI, my latest op-ed, what do you think? And he immediately liked it, started following me, and when I followed him back about 2 seconds later, he sent me a direct message, and the rest is history. So sort of these personal stories like that that people don't necessarily realize about Mark, that, because he has so much time on his hands, as Dan explains, he also randomly just reaches out to people who need help. I know of stories of surgery where they need $20,000, and Mark will connect them to his staff and say, we'll take care of it. So he really is just a really giving, normal guy, and so the audience will be able to see that on May 16th.
Are you going to ask him if he's willing to take the Bulls off Jerry Reinsdorf's hands?
I've got a separate list of Dan Proft questions that I'm going to have with me, and so I'll make sure that I ask those questions. But every penny raised, the tickets are $75. VIP is $500, and we still have a lot of general admission tickets left. They can go to judsonu.edu. But every penny is going towards diversity and entrepreneurship scholarships. And Mark has a $100,000 appearance fee, and he's waiving that appearance fee, and he's coming out for free, flying out just from Dallas that morning to join me for this new speaker series. So I'm forever grateful to Mark and his kindness and wanting to support, diversity and entrepreneurship scholarships for students at Judson.
What's the what's the first question you're going to ask him?
You got to pay the ticket to hear that.
Yes, sir.
No, that's a good question, Amy. In fact, the other question that I get all the time is, why is Mark Cuban coming out for you? Who's Mark Vargas? And so we're going to kind of clear the air and talk about how we met and just sort of the friendship that we've been able to build over the last couple of years.
And so now Amy's other question, what's the first question you're going to ask? Going to ask him, since you're willing to answer it. What is it?
No, why
met?
you're a busy guy, Mark Cuban.
So why are you?
You run 200 companies.
Right.
Why are you here?
Oh, I see. All right. Is he willing to maybe try to finance purchasing the state of Illinois and trying to run that for a profit?
That would be good.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you could probably get it for pennies on the dollar, I suspect.
I'm putting that again in the Dan Proft question.
Okay, all right, good. I've got a lot of questions that are going to be asked. I should probably go
myself. The list is long, Dan.
All right. The event is next week, Thursday, a week from today, 12:30 p.m., lunchtime event. It's Conversations with Mark Vargas. It's the inaugural edition of that series, which is a new addition to the World Leaders Forum Speaker Series at Judson University, which is a great liberal arts university, believe in classical education, true liberal arts education. Judson University is a good joint. Tickets to hear from Mark Cuban and who will be interviewed by Mark Vargas, $75. Join in at judsonu.edu. Again, the website judsonu.edu to get tickets. Mark, thanks so much for joining us. Good luck with the event. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.